में आप सबका तहे दिल से स्वागत है। तो आज हम मई के 1 मई से लेकर 31 मई तक के करंट अफेयर वन लीनियर की चर्चा करेंगे। तो हम समय नहीं व्यर्थ करेंगे क्योंकि लंबी वीडियो जाएगी, क्योंकि करीबन 500 के करीबन क्वेश्चंस हैं। बीच में रिपीट भी होंगे लेकिन रिवीजन के लिए बहुत बेहतरीन रहेंगे। ये आपको मई 2025 के करंट अफेयर है जो वन लीनियर में मिलेंगे। चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं पहले क्वेश्चन से। हाउ मेनी पीपल वर कन्फर्ड द पद्मा अवार्ड इन 2025 बाय प्रेसिडेंट द्रौपदी मुर्मू? उसका जो सही उत्तर रहेगा वो रहेगा 71। दूसरा क्वेश्चन है ऑन विच डेट इज़ द वर्ल्ड डे फॉर सेफ्टी एंड हेल्थ एट वर्क ऑब्जर्व? तो उसका सही उत्तर जो रहेगा वो रहेगा 28 अप्रैल। थर्ड क्वेश्चन है व्हाट was India pharma export value in financial year 2024 to 25? सही उत्तर जो है वो $30 बिलियन है। Which airport in Asia become the first to receive level 5 carbon accreditation? तो सही उत्तर जो है वो है बेंगलुरु। फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन है हु was named the 24th young global leader by the World Economic Forum? तो सही उत्तर जो है वो है शरद विवेक सागर। छठा क्वेश्चन है विच डिस्ट्रिक्ट बेदिसटी विलेज इन छत्तीसगढ़ वॉज डिक्लेयर्ड नक्सल फ्री? तो सही उत्तर जो है वो है सुकमा। सातवां क्वेश्चन है हाउ मेनी गोल्ड मेडल डिड इंडिया विन इन सेकेंड एशियन योगासन चैंपियनशिप? तो सही उत्तर जो है वो है 83। आठवां क्वेश्चन है हु वॉज मेड द लीड ऑफ इंटरनेशनल चार्टर ऑन स्पेस एंड मेजर डिजास्टर? तो सही उत्तर जो है वो है इसरो द्वारा। नवा क्वेश्चन है वेयर इज इंडिया फर्स्ट फ्लोटिंग बाथिंग घाट बीइंग कंस्ट्रक्टेड? सही उत्तर जो है वो रहेगा अयोध्या में। 10वां क्वेश्चन है डॉक्टर एल सुब्रमण्यम से पद्म विभूषण इन विच फील्ड? सही उत्तर जो है वो है आर्ट्स। 11वां क्वेश्चन है हाउ मैनी पीपल वर फिस्टोमली अवार्ड द पद्म अवार्ड इन 2025? आंसर है 6। 12वां क्वेश्चन है अकॉर्डिंग टू पद्म अवार्ड कमेटी हाउ मैनी वुमेन रिसीव द पद्म अवार्ड 2025? तो ये 18। How many foreign national PIOs OCI received Padma Award in 2025? तो उसका आंसर जो है वो है 8। 14वां क्वेश्चन है पद्मश्री इज अवॉर्डेड डिस्टिंग्विश्ड कंट्रीब्यूट इन विच फील्ड? तो सही उत्तर जो है वो लिटरेचर एजुकेशन आर्ट्स स्पोर्ट्स साइंस मेडिसिन और सोशल वर्क में इनका जो है पद्मश्री अवार्ड मिलता है। 15वां क्वेश्चन है सिंस विच ईयर हैव द पद्म अवार्ड बिन गिवन? सही उत्तर जो है वो 1954 1954 में। 16वां क्वेश्चन है इंडिया फॉर द इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन बोर्ड? सही उत्तर जो है वो 131 मिलियन यूएस। 17वां क्वेश्चन है ए 940 टॉल स्टैचू ऑफ विच लीडर वॉज अनवील्ड इन न्यू दिल्ली ऑन May 1, 2025? आंसर है वदोफा उपेंद्र नाथ ब्रह्मा। 18वां क्वेश्चन है विच इंडियन स्टेट हैज़ बिकम द फर्स्ट टू लॉन्च एन AI बेस्ड रियल टाइम फॉरेस्ट अलर्ट सिस्टम? मध्य प्रदेश। Which port has become India's first dedicated deep water container transshipment hub? Answer is Winzimum International Seaport. 20वां क्वेश्चन है Who recently released the Enhancing MSME Competitiveness in India report? सही उत्तर जो है वो है नीति आयोग। 21वां क्वेश्चन है Which country has recently declared 28 April as National Mauding Day? तो आंसर है ईरान। 22वां क्वेश्चन है Which state government has declared सिप्लीपाल एज द सेकेंड नेशनल पार्क? ये है उड़ीसा में। 23वां क्वेश्चन है हु रिसेंटली लॉन्च द ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन सर्टिफिकेट स्कीम? आंसर है प्रहलाद जोशी। 24वां क्वेश्चन है व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम पेनल्टी सेट RBI फॉर फीमा वॉलंटिएशन? सही उत्तर है 2 लाख 2 लाख। 25वां क्वेश्चन है रिसेंटली हाउ मेनी ईयर्स उड़ान स्कीम कंप्लीटेड? 8 ईयर्स। व्हेन वाज इंटरनेशनल डांस डे रिसेंटली सेलिब्रेट? 29 अप्रैल। In which city did Kiraj Singh inaugurated the Jude Barle Association Hall? Kolkata. Which company launched Kuiper Internet satellite to compete with Starlink? Amazon. Delhi government launched Ayushman via Vandana Yojana for get age grouping 17-8. 30वां क्वेश्चन है How much has Karnataka government sanctioned for the Kalapu-Sijipa road project in Mangaluru? Answer is 40 crore. Which ministry recently launched the Samudra Mitra Yojana? Ministry of Fisheries. Which state recently set target to include 1 lakh women in the Lakpati Didi Yojana? Jharkhand. Which India official has been appointed by the UN as the head of the Financial Intelligence Panel? Sanjay Kumar Mishra. Which country has recently signed its first defense agreement with India? Armenia. The central government recently launched the startup leasing scheme for which sector? Space. Which state government has recently banned the burning of stubble? Madhya Pradesh. Who has assumed charge as the Chief Secretary in Hyderabad? K. Ramakrishna Rao. Where will the first Global Media Dialogue (GMD) be organized under WAVES 2025? Mumbai. Which Union Territory of India has recently launched a 20-day mega cleanliness championship campaign? Delhi. Who has recently taken Chief of Integrated Defence Staff (CISC)? Air Marshal Ashutosh Dikshit. Which of the following state has become the first in India to implement of real-time forest alert system to prevent deforestation? Madhya Pradesh. More than how many crore passengers have benefit for affordable regional air travel under the Udan scheme? 1.49 crore. Which organization has recently released the 24th edition of the World Military Expenditure Trend Report? SIPRI. Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the ceasefire of how many hours with Ukraine? 72 hours. Where was the two-day interactive workshop of industry and quality assurance for defense production concluded? New Delhi. How many subsidy has the given government announced the residential solar system up to how many kilowatt? 3 kilowatt. Which of the highest military spending state in India? Its national expenditure. How many airports have been included under the Udan scheme in India so far? 150. According to SIPRI 2024 report, what is the rank of military expenditure? Third. On which occasion was the ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war announced? ईस्टर. 50 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो गए हैं 500 में से, और कहना चाहूँगी प्लीज़ एनिमल चैनल को लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और नोटिफिकेशन बेल आइकन को प्रेस कीजिए ताकि हमारी जो वीडियोज़ है आप तक पहुँचती रहे। और चलिए अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। 51 question. Which major government organization participate in the defense production workshop? DRDO. What is the major objective of the PM Surya Ghar Yojana? Promote clean energy. Who recently launched the National Medical Register portal in India? National Medical Commission. What is the full form of Udan scheme? पूरे देश का आम नागरिक. What was the objective of two-day workshop by the Ministry of Defence? Focus on quality assurance and industry collaboration. Recently, which IIT been granted a patent for cost-effective inverter? IIT Patna. Recently, the Indian Army and the Puneet Balan Group collaborated to open the first Constitution Park in which city? Pune. What is the anthrax recently seen in news? Red suffragette star. Recently, who was been appointed as the presiding officer of the Security Appellate Tribunal (SAT)? Dinesh Kumar. Red Colobus Conservation Action Plan recently in news in the initiative of which organization? IUCN. Who will represent India-Russia Victory Day Parade on May 9th? Rajnath Singh. Which agency, commercial arm in space, has launched the satellite bus as a service initiative? ISRO. Which app has been launched by the government of inform about natural disaster? Such. Simplipal has been declared the second national park of which state after Bhitarkanika, Odisha. Recently, USA and British forces carried out joint air strike near the capital Sana'a of which country? Yemen. Which two states recently celebrated their foundation day on May 1st? Gujarat and Maharashtra. As per the latest government data, approximately how many OBC communities are there in the central list? 2,650. Where did PM Narendra Modi inaugurated the WAVE Summit on May 1st, 2025? Mumbai. President of which country, Goncalves Leonardo, is on the state visit to India from May 1st? Angola. Google signed MOU with which state government is extended to benefit of digital economy to youth and women entrepreneurs? Telangana. Which country has assumed the SEO presidency for the first time in 2025? Bulgaria. Which state government implement a new pay structure for the state employee on May 1st? Chhattisgarh. PM Modi laid the foundation stone of 6th new medical colleges in which state? Rajasthan. Who recently launched the National Medical Register portal in India? National Medical Commission. With Central Ministry launched the National Register of Sports Coach portal, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. International Firefighter Day is celebrated on which of the following day? International Fighter Day. World Press Freedom Day is celebrated on which of the following day? 3rd May. In which state Mian Kabada railway station was renamed as Mahesh Nagar Halt, Rajasthan? Which senior diplomat recently took charge of the new Foreign Secretary of India, Vinay Mohan Kwatra? Who among the following has taken over the Deputy Commissioner of Niti Aayog, Suman Beri? Who has recently announced the nationwide competition for the design of the new digital clock? Indian Railway. Recently, to which country has India donated 4.8 tons of rabies, tetanus, hepatitis B, and influenza vaccine? Afghanistan. Who has recently appointed Sanjay Jaiswal as the chairman of the Estimate Committee for 2025 to 26 Lok Sabha Speaker? GST collection has increased by 9.1% in April to how many lakh crore rupees? Rupees 2.09 lakh crore. Recently, the Ministry of Defence approved the setting up the new BrahMos missile unit in which state? Arunachal Pradesh. Which state government has recently launched the Mukhyamantri Laghu Udyog Protsahan Yojana? Madhya Pradesh. Which India has recently been elected as the chairperson of the governing body of ILO? Apurva Chandra. Which state has recently passed the minimum income guarantee bill? Rajasthan. Which state government has recently launched the Bal Swari Yojana? Delhi. Who has recently launched Project Samarth? Ministry of Electronic and IT. Which bank has recently launched two co-brand credit card for the Indian Air Force? Air Axis Bank. India has signed off MOU with which country of cooperation on smart cities? France. Which institute has recently launched the Artificial Intelligence Supercluster CDAC Pune? India first 3D printer post office has been opened in which city? Bengaluru. Which country will be have highest debit to GDP in 2025 as per the fiscal report released by International Monetary Fund? Sudan. Recently, which state has been banned stubble burning and announced not a gift to the benefit of चीफ मिनिस्टर किसान कल्याण योजना? मध्य प्रदेश. रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन है, मैंने आपको पहले ही वीडियो में बोल दिया था क्वेश्चंस रिपीट होते रहेंगे. In which state was India first transshipment port named Wisdom inaugurated recently? Kerala. Who among the following has been appointed as the first woman flying instructor of the Indian Navy? Divya Sharma. Who among the following will be appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of the world famous investment company Berkshire Hathaway? George Abel. According to the Reporter Without Border, with what is India ranked the World Press Freedom Index 2025 150th? For what purpose has the partnership agreement been signed between India and Denmark aimed to net zero emission by 2070? Cooperation in green energy and climate technology. What is the IMF revised economic growth estimate for India in financial year 2025 to 26? 6.2%. Which state topped in Care Age State Ranking 2025? Maharashtra. Which country recently banned transgender women from participating in women cricket? England. The Future Fund benefit scheme launched by central government is meant for women organized sector workers. Which Indian state recently launched the Green Credit Project? Gujarat. Who became the first Indian woman spending 100 days in space? Sunita Williams. Which country state recently launched the National Artificial Intelligence Mission? India. Which state was India's first 3D print post office recently inaugurated? Karnataka, Bengaluru. Who has been awarded the Global Teacher Award 2025? Pooja Agarwal. The newly launched Navya Mitra portal in India is released to what legal assistance? Which Indian railway station became the first solar powered station among developing countries? Guwahati. Who recently introduced India's first female robot railway guard? Indian Railway. What is the main object of the newly launched Mission Shakti 2.0? Women safety and empowerment. Who among the following has recently been awarded the Danish Siddiqui Journalism Award 2025? ये वैष्णवी राठौर. Mohammad Morsi is the president of which country who made a world record of holding the longest press conference? The Maldives. In which of the following state will India first AI-based data park in built? Chhattisgarh. In which of the following state the world first energy transmission park has been inaugurated? Telangana. In which of the following state was the first successful flight test the Stratoform airship conducted by the Defence Research and Development Organization DRDO? Madhya Pradesh. Recently, how many hours did President Maldives hold a press conference of set of world of record? 15 hours. In which state of Union Minister and State Paro Jadhav recently inaugurated the Yoga Mahotsav? Maharashtra. India and which country has recently renewed the Energy Corporation Agreement to promote net zero ambition? Denmark. Where was the first Waves 2025 summit recently held? Mumbai. In which city did Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman recently inaugurated Corporate Bhavan? Kolkata. On which date was World Hand Hygiene Day recently celebrated? 5th May. Which state has recently launched the Mukhyamantri Kanya Vivah Yojana? Madhya Pradesh. Which India was recently included in Time magazine 100 most influential people list? Alia Bhatt. India recently gift of the Modi Book Corner in which country? Sri Lanka. When is the World Laughter Day celebrated? First Sunday of May. Which India author was recently awarded the Pulitzer Prize 2024? Vijay Kumar. Which company has recently designed the space suit of the Gaganyaan mission? DRDO. Which Indian film will be showcased in Cannes Film Festival 2024? The Immortal Ashwadhama. Which state has recently announced the become of Green Hydrogen Hub? Rajasthan. Which organization recently released the Global Peace Index 2024? Institute of Economic and Peace. Which of the 10th round of the Foreign Office consultations between the India and Slovenia? New Delhi. Who has inaugurated the 22nd India Telecom 2025 in New Delhi? Jyotiraditya Scindia. Where has the 11th Sea Trade Maritime Logistics Middle East Conference 2025 start? Dubai. Global Credit Rating Agency Modi has estimate India GDP growth rate to be what percentage in 2025? 6.3%. Where is the Global Space Exploration Summit Glass 2025 organized? New Delhi. Recently, which state government has launched India's first transmedia entertainment city, Creatorland, Andhra Pradesh? Recently, US President Donald Trump has announced what percentage of tariff on foreign film? 100%. Where did Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently chair the meeting of the appointment committee of the CBI Director? New Delhi. Where among the following will be 72 edition of the Miss World contest be held? Telangana. On which date of International Leopard Day celebrated every year? 3rd May. Who has recently announced the launch of the single point of ECINET Election Commission? Recently, the Civil Aviation Ministry has approved Greenfield Airport in Kota and were offer better connectivity. Puri. In which of the following state will be 28th National Conference of E-Governance will be held? Andhra Pradesh. Which of the following country will be include artificial intelligence of as a compulsory subject in government school for the upcoming academic year. United Arab Emirates (UAE), which state cabinet has recently approved of the new excise policy. Haryana, one of the following the World Athletic Day celebrated every year 7th May, who has recently launched a Aging with Dignity program, प्रेसिडेंट द्रौपदी मुर्मू. इसी तरह हमारे 150 क्वेश्चन अभी तक समाप्त होते हैं. प्लीज़ कहना चाहूँगी एनी मैनी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए और इस वीडियो को शेयर कीजिए. नोटिफिकेशन बेल आइकन को प्रेस कीजिए. 151 question. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the edition of Bihar Khelo India Youth Games 2025, 7th edition, which state government has recently laid the foundation stone of India's first AI-based data park, Chhattisgarh. Recently, Dash has become the first country to develop genome-edited rice varieties, India, under which operation did the Indian Army destroy several terrorist bases in Pakistan, Operation Sindoor. In May 2025, civil defense mock drill were organized in how many districts? 244. Which state government has recently banned stubble burning? Madhya Pradesh. Where has British and Australian universities recently decided to set up their campus in India? Navi Mumbai. Where was the world's first energy transmission park recently inaugurated? Hyderabad. On which date is World Portuguese Laugh Day celebrated every year? 5th May. Recently, India signed a free trade agreement with which country? Britain. What is India ranked in the Human Development Index 2025? 130th. Which country has recently approved the sale of Hockey 360 technology to India? America. India is the dash largest aluminium producing country in the world. Second. On which of the following dates in World Red Cross Day celebrated every year? 8th May. Which two companies have recently partnered to establish India's most advanced quantum hub? IBM and TCS. Which state has recently become the first to launch a shipbuilding, ship repair and ship recycle policy? Maharashtra. Recently, the Union Minister of Communication and Development of North Eastern Region inaugurated which edition of Bharat Telecom in New Delhi? 22nd. Which country has recently withdrawn from UNESCO in protest against the Press Freedom Award? Nicaragua. With whom the DPIIT signed a deal of empower startup MSME and entrepreneurs? Hafele, India. Recently, the central government has announced a maximum cashless treatment of how many lakh rupees for road accident victims? 1.5 lakh. According to the Press Freedom Index 2025, which country is at the top position? Norway. Recently, India has announced defense loan assistance to of how many $1 million to Angola for military modernization? $200 million. Which country has recently launched a chip-based e-passport to enhance travel security? India. Where in Arunachal Pradesh has Northeast India first geothermal production well been drilled? West Cumming. On which date is International Thalassemia Day celebrated every year? 8th May. Recently, which state government has launched Adi Shakti Abhiyan for Women Empowerment? Maharashtra. Recently, Union Minister Mansukh Mandavia has inaugurated the Khelo India Multi-Purpose Hall in which state? Arunachal Pradesh. In which state Raman Utsav was celebrated recently? Uttarakhand. Which of the following is the theme of World Red Cross Day 2025? Keep humanity alive. On which of the following dates in Maharana Pratap birth anniversary celebrated year? 9th May. Recently, Dash National Community Radio Conference has been organized in Mumbai. 8th. Where has the 12th Global Space Exploration Conference GLEX 2025 been organized recently? New Delhi. Recently, which village has become the first green village of Tripura with availability of solar energy and clean water? Angichira. Recently, which state government has launched Jyoti scheme to provide education to the children of migrant workers? Kerala. Which of the following ministries has directed the state to conduct civil defense mock drill? Ministry of Home Affairs. Recently, how many cloud seeding trials have been approved by the Delhi government to tackle air pollution? 5. Recently, which country has proposed a 10-year golden visa program to promote trade and tourism? Vietnam. Recently, where has the Ministry of Education approved setting up an off-campus center of the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade? Gandhinagar. In the financial year 2025 to 26, the purchase of wheat has exceeded how many lakh metric tons? 250 lakh metric tons. Which state government has recently launched tourism security force Paryatan Mitra? Maharashtra. Where was the 11th Sea Trade Maritime Logistics Middle East Conference held recently? Dubai. Recently, the cabinet has approved the national scheme of how many crore rupees for ITI upgradation? 60,000 crore. In the Human Development Index 2025, which country is at the top? Iceland. At present, India is the dash largest vehicle manufacturer in the world. Third, on which of the following date is World Lupus Day celebrated every year? 10th May. Which state government has recently inaugurated 10 MSME park? Andhra Pradesh. Recently, Rabindranath Tagore birth anniversary was celebrated. 163rd. Recently, in which city was 2025 United Nations Civil Security Conference held? Narboy. Which country is hosting the 2025 World Athletes Championship? चाइना. इसी तरह हमारे 200 क्वेश्चन समाप्त हो रहे हैं. आप प्लीज़ एनिमनी चैनल पे बने रहिए और इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और लाइक भी करें वीडियो को. अगर आपको लगता भी है इसमें कोई क्वेश्चन में कुछ गलती हुई है तो कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर बताइए जिसे हम करेक्ट कर सकें. 201 क्वेश्चन. रिसेंटली विच स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हैज़ अप्रूव्ड एंटी ड्रोन सिस्टम टू डील द नार्को टेररिज्म? Punjab. Recently, Adani Group has signed an agreement with which country company to develop hydropower project? Bhutan. In which state has the SAFF Under-19 Football Championship 2025 been organized recently? Arunachal Pradesh. Recently, which state government has approved rupees 2,204 crore for urban development project? Gujarat. Where has the first round of talks on the free trade agreement between India and New Zealand concluded recently? New Delhi. The Delhi government has approved a cloud seeding project worth how much tackle air pollution? 3.21 crore rupees. Recently, Russia has organized a Victory Day parade on the dash anniversary of the defeat of Nazi Germany. 80th. Recently, which bank has launched solitary credit card for premium traveler? Kotak Mahindra Bank. Which city has recently achieved 100% safe segregation, collection and disposal of sanitary and biomedical waste? Khard. Which state government has recently launched Pandit Lakshmi Chand Kalkar Samajik Saman Yojana? Haryana. On which date is National Technology Day celebrated every year? 11th May. Recently, the government has amended the credit guarantee scheme and increased the maximum amount to what? 20 crore. Who among the following will be honored with humanitarian award during the grand finale of 22nd Miss World Festival Sonu Sood? How much profit has been earned by public sector bank in the financial year 2024 to 25? 1.78 lakh crore. Which state government has recently approved the Adi Shakti Abhiyan? Maharashtra. Recently, the Uttar Pradesh government has launched UP Agres and AI Pragya initiative with whose corporation? World Bank. Recently, the IMF has sanctioned how many billion dollars to Pakistan despite India's objection, $4 billion. Recently, in which international city was the 20th session of the United Nations Forum on Forest organized New York? Where did Defense Minister Rajnath Singh recently inaugurated the Baramos Integration and Testing Facilities Center, Lucknow? Maldives has announced plan to build the Maldives International Financial Center (MIFC) in partnership with which country? Qatar. On which date as African World Heritage Day recently celebrated 5th May? In which country has the 10th International Trade Fair started recently? Nepal. Recently, the central government has extended the tenure of Praveen Sood as the director of CBI by how many years? 1 year. Recently, Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman attended which annual meeting of the Board of Governors and the Asian Development Bank? 58th. According to the Economic Survey 2024 to 25, the female labor participation rate has increased to what percentage in 2023 to 24? 41.7%. On which date is International Nurse Day celebrated of every year? 12th May. Recently, in which city has Operation Face Wash been launched to catch illegal Bangladeshis? Delhi. Where did high level talk take place between China and America recently? Geneva. Recently, which state government has announced to make a biopic on Ahilyabai Holkar on her 30th 300th birth anniversary? Maharashtra. Which date has been recently declared as Vijay Divas by President Donald Trump? 8th May. Recently, President Draupadi Murmu has appointed whom as the executive chairman of the National Legal Service Authority? Justice Suryakant. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India imposed a fine of 1.72 crore on which bank? State Bank of India. Where was the second edition of the Tree Service Future Warfare exercise course held? New Delhi. In which country has the International Maritime Defence Exhibition Asia 2025 been organized recently? Singapore. In which state has the Archaeological Survey of India recently documented 11 Asian inscriptions related to the Satavahan dynasty? Telangana. On which of the following dates is International Planet Health Day celebrated? 12th May. Recently, the nuclear talks between the US and Iran were held under the mediation of which country? Oman. Recently, which state has secured first position in the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Micro Food Processing Enterprises Upgradation Scheme? Uttar Pradesh. Where was the 24th edition of Airport Show, the Global Airport Leader Forum held recently? Dubai. Recently, with which state Rajasthan has agreed to join India's first interstate cheetah conservation corridor? Madhya Pradesh. On which of the following dates is Gopal Krishna Gokhale birth anniversary celebrated? 9th May. Where was the World Bank Land Conference 2025 held recently? Washington, D.C. Recently, in which state of 7th case of Nipah virus has been registered after year 2018? Kerala. Which Foundation Day of Border Road Organization was celebrated recently? 66th. Recently, Dash Police has launched a Naya Disha initiative to connect school dropout with the education system. Delhi. Which of the following assemblies will be completely run on solar energy? Delhi Assembly. Whereas Defense Minister Rajnath Singh recently inaugurated the Baramos manufacturing facility, Lucknow. In which city was the 72nd Miss World Champ competition recently held? Hyderabad. In the year 2025, the 3 Jan Suraksha Yojana have completed how many years of the Social Security service? 10 years. Recently, the government of India has permitted with which company to start satellite-based internet service in the country? Starlink. On which was International Agrena Day celebrated recently? 10th May. Recently, the residence period required to obtain permanent residence in Britain was increased from 5 years to how much? 10 years. Where was the 78th Cannes Film Festival 2025 held recently? फ्रांस. इसी तरह हमारे 250 क्वेश्चन अभी तक कंप्लीट हुए हैं. टोटल क्वेश्चन जो है वो 500 हैं पूरे मई के महीने के, जो हम वन लीनियर में बता रहे हैं. अगर आपको पूरी एक्सप्लेनेशंस के साथ चाहिए तो हमारा डे बाय डे इसे ऑप्शंस वाइज, एमसीक्यू वाइज और एक्सप्लेनेशन के साथ भी दिया गया है. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Where was the 78th Cannes Film Festival 2025 held recently? France. Recently, the International Monetary Fund has approved a loan of how many billion dollars to Pakistan? $1 billion. Among the following, the Jharkhand government aimed to develop 4 gigawatt solar power by which year? Year 2027. Which of the following is the theme of 8th United Nations Global Road Safety Week 2025? Road for Life, make walking and cycle safe. Recently, in which country a temporary ban has been imposed playing chess? Afghanistan. In the Fiscal Health Index 2025, which state is at the top? So, Odisha. Recently, which country has become the first to integrated crypto payment in tourism? Bhutan. Recently, which state has given exemptions from property tax to defense personal living in villages? Andhra Pradesh. Recently, Antina Anand of Indian origin has been appointed as the foreign minister of which country? Canada. How many Fortuna Global Excellence Award have been received by Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation recently? 3. Water Heritage Museum of which Water Resource Development and Management Center has recently received global honor? Kozhikode. Recently, America has signed a defense agreement of how many billion dollars with Saudi Arabia? $142 billion. Recently, the president of which country has signed an executive order to reduce the price of medicine? America. Who has recently launched India's first hydrogen-powered truck for mining in Chhattisgarh? Adani Group. Recently, India has passed a fiscal bill of how many million dollars to help Maldives? $50 million. Who has taken oath as the 52nd Chief Justice of India on 14th May 2025? Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai. What is the name of the new species of the world's longest banana found recently in the forest of Andaman? Mousa indenmensis. Recently, which country newspaper La Persona has been awarded the 2025 UNESCO Press Freedom Award? Nicaragua. On which date the International Family Day celebrated every year? 15th May. Which position has India got among 180 countries in the World Press Freedom Index 2025? 151st rank. Recently, who released the book Janta Ki Kahani, Meri Autobiography? Vice President Jagdeep Dhankad. In May 2025, who has become the first Indian lawyer to receive the Medal of Honor by the World Jurist Union? Bhuvan Ribhu. Recently, on which date has central government officially declared Ayurveda Day? 23rd September. Recently, which of has been declared India's first burglary-free city? Indore. Recently, which operation has been launched by the Indian Army to deal with the terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir? Operation Killer. Recently, which country has accepted to IMF condition to adopt a market exchange system for loan approval? Bangladesh. At present, India's sex ratio at birth has increased from 899 to what number? 913. Recently, which country has topped the world in both manufacturing and service sector? India. Recently, how many new products have been added under UP One District One Product scheme? 12 products. On which date National Dengue Day observed? 16th May. By when has the Indian government set the target of 20% ethanol blending in petrol? 2025 to 26. Currently, what is the coal sector contribution to India to total power generate? 74%. Recently, India banned the X account of Global Times, Xinhua and TRT World. They belong to which country? China. The central government has approved how many billion tons of additional rice to FCI for ethanol production in 2024 to 25? 2.8 million tons. Israel has launched a national food security strategy of how many billion dollar for 2050? $1.4 billion. India has cut coal import by more than how much percent in financial year 2025? 9%. Which state has become the highest GST revenue collecting state in financial year 2024 to 25? Maharashtra. Recently, the US has signed a $142 billion defense agreement with which country? Saudi Arabia. Recently, the President of India has awarded which Janpath Award? 58th. What is the approximate amount of e-methanol produced by Denmark e-methanol plant per year? 42,000 ton. India first manned deep ocean mission will be launched to the depth of 6,000 meters by the end of which year? 2026. Which state topped the GST collection growth rate in financial year 2024 to 25? Maharashtra. Where has the 12-day Saraswati Pushkaralu started recently? Telangana. On which date was International Day of Light celebrated? Day 16th May. Recently, India-European Union has launched a joint research initiative of how many crore rupees of marine pollution and green hydrogen? 346 crore rupees. Which foundation day of Sikkim state was celebrated recently? 50th. Who has recently developed high pressure polymer membrane for seawater desalination? DRDO. Where was the Inclusive India Summit organized recently on the occasion of Global Accessibility Awareness Day? New Delhi. On which of the following dates in World Telecommunication Day celebrated every year? 17th May. In which state has India first hydrogen power fuel cell truck been inaugurated recently? छत्तीसगढ़. इसी तरह हमारे 300 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो गए हैं और जो बचे हैं बैलेंस में वो है 200 क्वेश्चन और. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. हु हैज़ रिसेंटली बीन अपॉइंटेड एज अ न्यू एम्बेसडर ऑफ इंडिया टू स्वीडन? मिस्टर अनुराग भूषण. In the Global Purchasing Manager Index 2025, which country is at the top? India. In which state Khelo India Youth Games was held recently? Bihar. Recently, which honorary title has been given the athlete Neeraj Chopra in the Territorial Army? Lieutenant Colonel. According to the Ministry of Commerce, the total export of goods and service from India reached approximately how many billion dollar in April? 74 billion dollar, जो कि बहुत बड़ा अमाउंट है. Recently, where has the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade opened in first overseas campus? Dubai. Recently, India has successfully tested which defense system to deal with drone attack? Bhargavastra. Which state has recently introduced an AI anchor named Ankita? Assam. On which date was World Hypertension Day celebrated recently? 17th May. Recently, in which state a portal named Tera Tujhko Arpan has been launched? It has been Gujarat state. Recently, which state government has launched the Iti Koli Tutti Part scheme for tea garden workers? Assam. Recently, the World Health Organization (WHO) has declared a polio outbreak in which country? This country is Papua New Guinea. On which of the following date is World AIDS Vaccine Day celebrated every year? 18th May. In which city Sansari Kaveri and Sarla Kaveri water supply initiative has been launched recently? It's Bengaluru. Recently, which state government has launched a policy to promote the use of artificial sand in government construction project? Maharashtra. Recently, India has joined the top how many countries filing 6G patent 6, who has recently inaugurated a multi-agency center to combat terrorism and extremism. Home Ministry Amit Shah. Recently, which country has introduced 10-year golden visa to attract investors and tourists? Vietnam. At present, the government has doubled the credit guarantee scheme for startup to how many crore rupees? 20 crore. Who among the following has been chosen as the leader of the multi-party global delegation formed on Operation Sindoor? Shashi Tharoor. Who among the following will lead India at the International Maritime and Space Exhibition to be held in Malaysia? Mr. Sanjay Seth. Iran and US completed the fourth round to talk on Tarhan nuclear program in Oman. On which date is Global Accessibility Awareness Day celebrated recently? 18th May. Recently, which initiative has been launched by the Ministry of Culture to honor the heroes of the nation? Ek Desh Ek Dhadak. At present, India is dependent on coal for about dash of the energy requirement, 55%. At present, the bilateral trade between India and Bangladesh is approximately how many billion dollars? It's $18 billion. Which state has launched Itikoli Duty Part scheme for tea garden workers? Assam. Every year on which date is International Museum Day celebrated? 18th May. The Postal Department has released the commemorative postage stamp to mark which anniversary of the Kodaikanal Solar Observatory? 125th. In which country has 18 states recently been affected by the outbreak of Lassa fever? Nigeria. On May 15, 2025, FIFA lifted the suspension imposed on the Football Federation of which country? Republic of Congo. Microbiologist Dr. Maringela Hungria of which country has been named the 2025 World Food Prize winner? It's Brazil. Which country post import of garments, processed food and others selected items? India recently banned Bangladesh. Who has recently launched the Campus Calling Initiative? National Commission for Women. How many new crops developed by BHU were recently released for the farmers of Uttar Pradesh? 3. In which state the Union Fishery Ministry Rajiv Rajan laid the foundation stone of the Integrated Water Park? Tripura. India foreign exchange reserve has increased by $4.5 billion to what total recently? 690.6. On which date was International Women Maritime Day recently celebrated? 18th May. Which state government has declared Tarsab Chu as India's largest conservation reservoir? Himachal Pradesh. Where has the new website of the Ministry of Steel been launched recently? New Delhi. Which state has recently announced to set up 5 ultra modern seed park? Uttar Pradesh. In May 2025, in which state did the Indian Army conduct the military exercise Tisa Prahar? Is West Bengal. Recently, in which country did the Royal Swadesh Academy of Science organize an Indian classical music program? Sweden. Where was the 8th Indian International Science Festival recently held? Kolkata. Which state government has recently announced the implementation of the Right to Service Act for healthcare and education? Rajasthan. Tamil Nadu government recently signed on an MOU with which space agency to provide space education to students? ISRO. In which state was the Governor Sports Festival recently organized? गुजरात। इसी तरह हमारे 350 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं। वीडियो पे बने रहने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और इसी तरह चैनल को पसंद करते रहिए, लाइक करते रहिए और सब्सक्राइब तो कीजिए और करवाइए भी। रिसेंटली इन विच स्टेट रोबोटिक्स एजुकेशन हैज़ बीन स्टार्टेड फॉर ऑल क्लासेस 10 स्टूडेंट? केरला। Where did Union Minister Shri Manohar Lal participate in the BRICS Energy Minister meeting on 19th May 2025, Brazil? Recently, GST Awareness Initiative Sunday on Cycle was organized to mark the completion of how many years of GST? 8 years. By which year does India aim to achieve 100 gigawatt nuclear capacity? Year 2047. Recently, how much financial assistance has been announced by central government for agriculture development in Nagaland? 338.83 crore. Recently, which date has been declared by the UN General Assembly as World Fair Sport Day? 19th May. Which state government has launched the Indra Sauragiri Jal Vikasam scheme recently? Telangana. Which state Sangri Bean has recently been granted the GI tag? Rajasthan. Recently, which anniversary of government e-marketplace GEM has been celebrated? 8th. On which date is Anti-Terrorism Day observed every year? 21st May. Recently, when did FSSAI observe the Food Labeling Awareness Week? 15 to 21st May. Who has recently designed India's first 3D print post office? L&T Construction. Where did India first 3D printed post office building located? Chennai, Tamil Nadu. But first building is Bengaluru, Karnataka. Where has India's first dental healthcare innovation center recently been established? IIT Madras. Recently, which state Kodo rice and Kutki rice have received GI tag? Chhattisgarh. Which Indian author has recently won the International Booker Prize 2025? Bano Mushtaq. Which Indian state has recently been declared a fully literate state? Mizoram. Under which scheme will Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 103 redeveloped railway station? Amrit Bharat Station Scheme. When is National Anti-Terrorism Day observed every year in India? 21st May. Spanish former footballer Pepe Reina recently announced his retirement. Which club did he play for? Liverpool. Who has recently been elected as the president of the SCBA for fourth time of 2025 to 26? Vikas Singh. What initiative has the DOT launched to prevent cyber fraud? Financial fraud risk indicator. When is World Bee Day observed every year? 20th May. When is World Meteorology Day observed every year? It's 20th May. On which date is International Human Resource Day celebrated? 20th May. Who has recently launched the Campus Calling Initiative? National Commission for Women. In the Network Readiness Index 2025, what is India rank among 170 countries? 36th. बहुत ही अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया रैंक है। Recently, which project was inaugurated in Tripura by the Union Fishery Ministry? Integrated Water Park. Recently, what has India foreign exchange reserve increased to? $690.6 billion. On which date was International Women Maritime Day recently celebrated? 18th May. Which country has recently been certified a trachoma-free country by the World Health Organization? It's India. In which city has the E0 Fire initiative been launched recently? Delhi. Recently, the first Mahot village in India has been built for elephant keeper in which state? Tamil Nadu. Who has recently launched the revised Overseas Citizen of India portal? Home Ministry Amit Shah. For which law language has Banu Mushtaq recently won the first International Booker Prize 2025. It's Kannada. On which date is World Turtle Day celebrated every year? 23rd May. Recently, the president of the which country has unveiled the $175 billion Golden Dome missile? It's America. Where was the 24th Indian Ocean Rim Association Counseling for of Minister meeting held recently? Sri Lanka. Where was the 6th meeting of the National Trade Welfare Board (NTWB) held recently? New Delhi. On which date was International Tea Day celebrated recently? 21st May. Which country has recently announced the resumption of funding to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency UNRWA? Canada. President Vladimir Putin of which country has recently approved a new government? Russia. India has recently signed a Blue Economy Cooperation Agreement with which country? Mauritius. Which state chief minister has recently launched the Annapurna food packet scheme? Rajasthan. Which app has been recently launched by Uttarakhand state to provide online education to students? E-Kaksha. In which city has India first AI based on invasive blood testing device been launched recently? Hyderabad. Where has the Automotive and Weapon System Testing Center been inaugurated recently? Chennai. Which state government has recently launched India first Vistadome Jungle Safari train? Uttar Pradesh. How many lakh new members have been registered in the Employee Provident Fund organization till March 2025? It's 14.58 lakh. Recently, President Draupadi Murmu has been how many bravery award to bravery and valor? It's 39. हमारे 400 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं. अब बस 100 क्वेश्चन बचे हैं हमारे मई के करंट अफेयर के. चलिए कंटिन्यू करते हैं. ऑन विच डेट वॉज वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजी डे सेलिब्रेटेड रिसेंटली? 20th May. In which country has the World Hydrogen Summit 2025 been organized recently? Netherlands. Recently dash birth anniversary of Raja Ram Mohan Roy was celebrated its 253rd anniversary. Who has recently announced the launch of nationwide public movement campaign against plastic pollution? Home Minister Amit Shah. Recently, a new species of butterfly, Othalina malkana, has been discovered in which state? It's Arunachal Pradesh. How many Amrit Bharat railway stations have been inaugurated recently by PM Narendra Modi in 18 states? It's 103. Which of the following is the theme of World Telecommunication Day 2025? Gender equality in digital transformation. Which of the following country has taken over the chairmanship of the Asian Productivity Organization for 2025 to 26? India. Recently, in which state has Amit Shah launched the Tera Tujhko Arpan portal? It's Gujarat. Who has recently launched the Financial Fraud Risk Indicator to prevent cyber fraud? Department of Telecommunication. Who inaugurated the Rising Northeast Investor Summit 2025? It Narendra Modi. Which state hosted the first international buyer-seller meet to promote agri-food export? It's Bihar. Which country launched the global platform to rise? It's Saudi Arabia. Who launched the Yashoda AI initiative? Its National Commission for Women. Where was the 6th meeting of National Trade Welfare Board held? New Delhi. Who inaugurated Polar Bhavan and Sagar Bhavan? Union Minister Jatendra Shah. Who won India first gold medal in Junior World Cup 2025? Shooter Karnak. How many countries were recognized by WHO for eliminating trans fat? 4 countries. What reservation percentage has the central government announced for disabled personnel in housing accommodation? 4%. India will become the largest producer of which crop by 2050? It's potato. Same question. When is the World Thyroid Day celebrated every year? 25th May. Which dialogue did India host ahead of the UN Ocean Conference 2025? Blue Dialogue. Who was appointed as the Chief Justice of Manipur High Court? Kimpaiah Somsekhar. Britain signed an agreement to hand over the Chagos Island to which country? It's Mauritius. Which country recently joined the new development bank established by BRICS? Algeria. India aimed to install how many million tons of annual green hydrogen production capacity by 2030? It's 5 million tons. Recently, RBI has approved a record transfer of more than how many crore rupees as surplus to the central government by financial year 2024 to 25? 2.68 lakh crore. In which state has Ministry of Earth Science inaugurated Sagar Bhavan and Polar Bhavan under the Goa? Under the leadership of Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, in how many districts will the Developed Agriculture Sankalp Abhiyan be organized? 700 districts. How many crore rupees scheme has the Indian government approved for the promotion of skill development? 60,000 crore. What was the theme of Niti Aayog as meeting in 2025? Develop a state for developed India at the rate 2047. Recently, the Prime Minister chaired which governing council meeting of Niti Aayog? Its 10th meeting. On May 2025, the Prime Minister will inaugurated the Indian Railway locomotive manufacturing plant at which place? Gujarat. How many type of freshwater turtle species are found in India? 30. On which date is International Missing Children Day observed every year? Day 25th May. Recently, the president of which country inaugurated the Golden Dome missile defense system? It's USA, America. Recently, the government launched which initiative to promote women participation in the maritime sector? Respect in the sea. Recently, the Yala Glacier of which country has declared Asia's first dead glacier? It's Nepal. In which state did the Indian Navy induct the traditionally built warship INSV Kondinya in the ceremony? It's Karnataka. According to the RBI, India foreign direct investment FDI declined by more than what percentage in financial year 2024 to 25? 96%. Which country will India overtake the become the fourth largest economy in the world by the end of 2025? It's Japan. India's share in the world GDP is expected to increase from 3.5% to what percent in 2029? It's 4.5%. Which International Yoga Day will be celebrated on 21st June 2025? It's 11th. Which ministry has launched a nationwide campaign to make education institute free from tobacco and drugs? It's Education Ministry. On which date is the death anniversary of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru observed every year? It's 27th May. According to Morgan Stanley, what in India inflation rate of financial year 2025? It's 4.9%. Where did PM Modi recently preside over the Conference of Chief Minister of NDA ruled state? It's New Delhi. Recently, India partnered with which organization to mainstream Ayush globally? WHO. Who recently chaired the 10th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog? Its Prime Minister Narendra Modi. How many airports have increased in Northeast India from 9 in 2014 to 2024? It's 17 airports. How many airports have increased in Northeast India from 9 in 2014 to 24? It's 17 एयरपोर्ट्स. इसी तरह हमारे 450 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट होते हैं और 50 क्वेश्चन ही रह गए हैं मई के करंट अफेयर के. एन ऑल पार्टी इंडियन डेलीगेशन लेड बाय Baidyant Jaya Panda will visit which country from 26 to 27 2025? It's Kuwait, who showcased global agri-food potential at the International Buyer Seller Summit 2025, Bihar. Recently, PM Modi will launch development project worth more than how many crore rupees in Gujarat? It's 77,400 crore rupees. Recently, which anniversary of the World Turtle Day was celebrated? 25th. India per capita income has increased to how many US dollar in 2025? It's US 2880. Recently, the state government has launched the One Family, One Entrepreneur scheme to promote entrepreneurial culture. It's Andhra Pradesh. Where has the fifth round of nuclear talk between the US and Iran started recently? Rome. Recently, which state has become the state with 100% electrified rail network? Gujarat. Which of the following countries is the largest producer of strawberries in the world? China. Which state government has recently approved the Rahavir scheme? Madhya Pradesh. On which date was World Football Day celebrated recently? 25th May. Which state government has recently approved the merger of Konkan Rail with Indian Railway? Maharashtra. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was inaugurated the Rising North-East Investor Summit 2025 in its New Delhi. Where was the two-day National Writing workshop on Panchayat Advancement Index version 2.0 organized recently? New Delhi. In which of the following cities Rashtrapati Niketan will open for general public from 24th June 2025? Dehradun. On which of the following dates in International Women Health Action Day celebrated every year? 28th May. Under which ministry has the Spiced scheme been launched recently? Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Recently, Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has launched the Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra from Sehore. Recently, which actress has been appointed the brand ambassador of Karnataka soap and detergent by the Karnataka government? It's Deepika Padukone. Recently, which organization has released the State of World Animal Health Report? WOAH. Which state government has been approved the space industrial policy? Tamil Nadu. How many $billion of FDI inflow is recorded in India in financial year 2025? 81.04. What is the name of nationwide campaign launched for World Environment Day 2025? One Nation, One Mission, End Plastic Pollution. Where did PM Modi inaugurated 103 redeveloped railway station from recently? Bikaner. Where was the Developed Agriculture Resolution campaign launched recently? Puri. On which date was World Hunger Day celebrated recently? 28th May. Where was DRDO inaugurated the Quantum Technology Research Center? New Delhi. Who launched the India Forecast System recently? Dr. Jitendra Singh. Where was the 9th Capacity Building program from Sri Lankan civil servants started in India? Mussoorie. Which Shivakasi based product from Tamil Nadu has been proposed for the GI tag? Fireworks. On which date is International Everest Day celebrated? 29th May. Where will the Miss World 2025 Grand Finale be held on May 31st? Hyderabad. Which state UT recently launched a 25th day countdown program for International Yoga Day 2025? It's Pondicherry. Which temple in Assam has been named the ideal temple for turtle conservation? Nag Shankar Temple. Where did PM Modi inaugurated a locomotive manufacturing plant recently? Gujarat. Recently, India's first gene-edited sheep has been developed by research from which institution? Kashmir Agriculture University. In May 2025, which company created a Guinness World Record by selling the most life insurance policy in 24 hours? LIC. Recently, Tata and Airbus announced the setup of the first private helicopter assembly line in which state? Karnataka. How much worth the development project and did PM Narendra Modi inaugurated by lay the foundation stone for in Kanpur? 20,900 crore. What was the growth rate recording in India Industrial Production Index IIP in April 2025? 2.7%. When was International Everest Day recently celebrated? 29th May. Recently, Germany approved two draft bill for what purpose? Tightening immigration law. Recently, the 485th birth anniversary of which historical figure was celebrated? Maharana Pratap. Where was the ISSF Junior World Cup 2025 where India secured first position held? Suhil, Germany. Wings India 2026 will be organized in which city? Hyderabad. हमारे 5 क्वेश्चन रह गए हैं 500 होने में और ये मई के सभी करंट अफेयर थे. हिंदी जर्नलिज्म डे इज सेलिब्रेटेड एवरी ईयर ऑन विच डेट? इट्स 30th May. What was the main theme of the 9th BRICS Industry Ministry meeting held in May 2025? It's strengthening global South cooperation. Which brand became India's fourth unicorn in May 2025? It's Drolls. How many people did President Draupadi Murmu award with Padma Award in the second civil decoration ceremony? It's 69. Which project has India recently launched to strengthen its air security?Its Project Kosha. इसी तरह हमारे आज मई के पूरे महीने के 1 मई से लेकर 31 मई तक के 500 क्वेश्चन जो थे वो मैंने रिवाइज कराए हैं. अगर आप वीडियो को कंटिन्यूसली देखते हैं, 1-2 बार देखते हैं, तो ये आपके क्वेश्चन मई मंथ के करंट अफेयर के पक्के हो जाते हैं. और इसी तरह एनी मनी चैनल पे बने रहिए और एनी मनी चैनल को प्यार देते रहिए और प्लीज़ वीडियो को शेयर कीजिए ताकि ये वीडियो और लोगों के भी काम आ सके. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. आपका समय शुभ हो.